Through a sea of Hollywood remakes, reboots, requels, sequels, sidequels, fuckquels, whatever, we are a little bit fed up, right? And it's hard to find the gems underneath the surface. But don't worry, Hollywood hears our pleas to come up with original content, and they have decried we have more reboots coming down the pipe. Last week I talked about a couple of the comedies coming out. We have Meet the Fockers 4, and we have Happy Gilmore 2, because some of these legacy sequels have been really great, like Dumb and Dumber 2, and Zoolander 2, and Anchorman 2. They're terrible. But Hollywood, in their infinite wisdom, has decided that we need to stay the course and keep churning out the same crap. So, we have 2 more reboots announced just today for Anaconda and The Mummy. Not to be confused with the last film called The Mummy, which was a reboot of a Brendan Fraser film called The Mummy, which is a reboot of an older monster. It just keeps repeating, all right? Apparently, the older I get, the more shit I see reprocessed and refed to me. It's miserable. Now I know why my parents are so tired all the time. Let's talk about this. So the Anaconda thing, we have a little bit more dirt than we do with the Mummy side of things. So let's start there. Jack Black, everybody's favorite Jack Black, who stars in all video game movies now, apparently, because he did that one Bowser thing really successfully. So let's just keep going with him. He and Paul Rudd have teamed up for an R-rated comedy version of Anaconda. They put out a YouTube video today, a little guerrilla-style marketing, I suppose, where they're on their phones, but it's also, it's also like shot professionally, but then they go to their phones, so it's weird. And it wasn't very funny, but I do have hopes that this one will at least be decent. Now, I'm a sucker for the B-movie type monster stuff. Anaconda, Lake Placid. I'm rooting for the crocodile. It's a good flick. It's schlocky. I even like the really shitty Python film that went straight to DVD, straight to VHS, probably. God, I'm old. With Casper Van Dien, the Starship Troopers guy. That's a shame. Yeah, no, I like those old cheesy monster type movies based on an animal that's kind of scary, and then they ratchet it up by like 1,000%. Thanks, Jaws. Jaws is still one of my favorite movies of all time, so of course. And Jurassic Park. I love all that larger than life animal stuff. So here we are again with Anaconda. I liked my J-Lo version, my Jenny from the block, my Jenny from the swamp, you could say. I liked Ice Cube in the mix. John Voight being, himself, just crazy and creepy. But here we have a comedy duo like no other. And yeah, okay, I'll give it a chance. I hope it's not called Anaconda. I'm a stickler when it comes to titles. Call it The Anaconda. Call it Anaconda New Breed. Anaconda. Who cares? Just something so it's not confusing to audiences or trying to replace what came before. I also saw Anacondas, The Hunt for Blood Orchid at the Dollar Theater back in the Diz. What a miserable experience that was. I believe there was also 3 straight-to-home video Anaconda movies, or like straight-to-TV type of situation. So there's been a lot of snake movies. Snakes on a Plane as well. Not good, but it exists all the same. Yeah, I don't know what to think. Apparently this is coming out next Christmas. This is a Christmas release. I guess we'll wait and see. There's no stopping the train. It's already left the station, so all we can do is either support it or bitch online like, us grown-ass men do. This is what we're paid the big dollars for. All right, on the Mummy side of things, Lee Cronin is the director on this one, this blockbuster maybe. I don't know if it's going to be a blockbuster. Lee Cronin recently did The Evil Dead Rise, which I freaking loved. I enjoyed the crap out of that movie, saw it a few times. I thought it really captured the spirit of the Sam Raimi films, plus added that like modern stank to it and some good old-fashioned gore. It was good. It had some wit to it. It had some dark humor. I like that. The Mummy Brendan Fraser films, which are very beloved, the first 2, we don't even address the third one. I own it and I still haven't taken off the cellophane wrapper that encloses the DVD, which encases the CD. What do they call those? The jewel case. Oh my God. This is a good pick for a director. I think he fits in this world, and I think he would bring I think he will bring something much darker, more sinister, yet still retain some of that humor that we like from The Mummy. The Tom Cruise one was a total miss. Making The Mummy hot is not the right call. I remember when they tried to make the T-1000 hot in the third Terminator film. Yeah, I know she wasn't the T-1000. She was like the T9 or something. Who cares? The point still stands. Cronin is writing and directing. It's slated for 2026, so we have a little ways to wait and complain some more as it gets closer and more things unfold. It's going to be distributed by New Line Cinema. They recently put out a different remake, or a reboot, I guess you could say, for Invisible Man, which I also enjoyed. And they did Wolfman, which is coming out very shortly next year, I think. Who knows? Wolfman looks terrible, by the way, but maybe it'll be good. I'll give it the benefit of the doubt. This one interests me, I don't know. I think I'm kind of on the fence with both. I'm not outright upset about either because Anaconda definitely aged like milk. I still think it's hilariously fun to watch. The CG on the snake, just ridiculously bad, but awesome at the same time. They can definitely up the ante there. I like the concept of having a bunch of middle-aged dudes trying to rekindle their old antics by going into the swamps. And I believe they're trying to make a home video. Of course, shit's gonna happen real quickly and they're gonna be dealing with a giant snake. That's a good premise. R-rated, crass humor, giant snake. Sold. Good stuff. Maybe J-Lo can make an appearance. She still looks like she's 30. It's insane. It's all those broken hearts. She feasts off the bones of her victims. Much like an anaconda. It turns out Jennifer Lopez was the snake all along. All right, well, those are my 2 cents on both of these reboots. I think we're getting closer to something that's more respectable when it comes to remaking movies or redoing them outright. Take something that was famously not very liked by critics, such as Anaconda, or take something that was recently destroyed, like the Tom Cruise Mummy, and shake it up again. Give it another go. As opposed to taking something beloved, like the Lion King animated film, and then turning it into a live-action abomination, along with the rest of the Disney catalog. This is something I'm going to be complaining up a storm about, as we do online, in the next video. So think about subscribing to the channel, Adam Does Movies. I post content every single week, pretty much every day at this point. It's almost pathetic. Like the video if you, in fact, like the video, and leave a comment about your thoughts on both, either, none, nor of these films. Some of that didn't make any sense, but we're going to keep going. All right, hopefully I see you next time. Happy holidays. Be safe out there. Never know when an anaconda is going to strike. Or Jennifer Lopez.